Hey, welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, rules could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading, so I do look at everything, but we do take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes. This will allow you to see why your person is doing what they're doing, why you're attracting who you're attracting, what are you supposed to learn spiritually, and how you can actually shape shift your situation. So the readings have a therapy style to them. So that's why they're a little bit longer. Because a lot of times it's not about whether your person has feelings for you. We know that they have feelings. We don't understand why it looks the way that it does. We don't understand why we keep attracting the same types of people. And those people aren't like uplifting us. Like love is supposed to give you energy. When you're connected to someone that is full of trauma, shadows, spiritual blocks that they haven't done any self-reflection, they haven't done any healing. Well, they they don't treat themselves well. So how can they possibly treat you well? Understanding why a person does what they do allows you to not take things personal and allows you to look at things from a higher perspective. And that higher perspective is one through the lens of unconditional love. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. Before I jump in, I just want to give a shout out to Otter Spirit. I love this brand. This brand is crystals, as you can see, like crystal bracelets, and they sell them in sets. And this is the grief set because I just lost my husband like 2 months ago. And, you know, grief is a hard thing. It's like you'll think you're fine, and then all of a sudden you're not fine. And so when you wear these crystals, you align your energy with the healing medicine that they bring. So what you see I'm wearing is rhodonite, that opens up the heart, amethyst, which opens up the crown chakra, that helps you connect to the higher self, the God part of self, which is important when you're going through something difficult. You don't want to feel like you're going through it alone, especially if you are going through it alone. I'm going through it alone, but I don't really feel like I'm going through it alone because I am co-creating with the divine spirit. And that's even through doing YouTube, right? And so the crown chakra. And then we have a grounding stone. I'm not really sure what stone this is. I think it looks like jet, to be honest with you. And that's a really grounding stone. And it's one that allows you for protection. And it's not that we need protection from anything, especially since spirit is inside of us, but it helps us ground. It helps us stay in the moment. See, a lot of times we think that we're more connected to spirit when we're up in our head, and we're actually not. We're more connected to spirit when we're in our body because spirit works through us. So only in and out do you get divine guidance through gut intuition, inner knowing. And if you're in your head, thinking about the past, worried about the future, you're going to miss the signs and symbols and synchronicities that are happening all around you, which is the way that spirit talks to us. Spirit talks to us through what's happening in our life. And so, like I said, the crystals helps do this. And this is a really ethical company, Otter Spirit. And the reason why is because for every bracelet that they sell, they donate $1 to saving the otters in California. And it's due to their efforts that otters are not extinct in that area. And we know, the world is changing. And unfortunately, as a result, a lot of animals are becoming extinct. So I love the brand because it's in alignment. It's in alignment with what you need for yourself as well as collectively what the world needs. And that's what healing is all about, right? So if you're interested in crystal bracelets, you definitely want to check out the link that's in the description box. And you will even see a little video about the company so you can get your own vibe. And all other information is in that description box. Now, if you happen to be a Virgo or a Scorpio, you might want to head over to those channels to see if you, again, you're a cross watcher, right? You're connected to someone that's of that zodiac, or you might be a cross watcher here, not even a Gemini. But if you're interested in those zodiacs, definitely head over. The links will also be in the description box, along with my my psychic soul healer coaching program for healing your shadows. Actually comes with inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma. So you might want to again check out my Patreon. All right. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. As I said earlier, and the word of the video is guilt. Guilt. I feel like, you're in separation from somebody for a long time. And in the beginning, they didn't really care. They didn't care, and they acted like a jerk. They didn't care what you were going through. I feel like you had a few difficult times that this person really could have been in your life, but instead they chose not to be in your life. And it was because they always knew that they always felt like that they would wind up with you, to be honest with you, but they weren't ready. And due to the fact that they weren't ready, they didn't want to blow their chance. Like if they were with you and then they were found cheating, you would never give this person another chance. So I feel as if this person wanted to have their cake and eat it too, almost like, well, I'm not going to give you anything and I'm going to keep you on the back burner. And when I'm ready, I'm going to come with an offer. And so I feel like this person's in a different space now, and you're in a different space. So it's almost like the tables have turned. And because the tables have turned, it's like this person is forced to see how it felt. And because you're actually making them feel what they did to you, because that's really when a person hurts you, you want them to actually know what they did. This person didn't care in the beginning. Like I said, they didn't have a care in the world. They were dating. They were mocking the situation. I feel like they were trying to downplay, what they did, making it seem like you were overreacting. Now they're not in that place. So that's the underlining energy. I want to pull like two more just from this deck to see, but they'll tell us, yeah, because you are a soulmate. Knowing is claircognizance. And if you see how there's this sacred geometry image in the back, that is the language of the universe. So again, when we recognize a soulmate, and we understand that the universe is the one that sent that person to us as a gift. And this person always knew who you were. It's that they actually have always had an ESP connection to you. They can feel you the way that you can feel this person. And you never felt this person because they weren't around. And now they're always around. Like they're like obsessive. I feel like they went from one extreme to another. And it's because they feel really guilty about how they treated you. They're realizing who you are, and meaning that you're an important person. And you're an important person, not because anyone actually told them. It's because they can't walk away from you. It's like there's an internal knowing, a spiritual language that happens when you meet people during certain times of life. And it's almost like we're able to read the signs and the synchronicity is almost like it's our own language, like where the writing's on the wall, you just know intuition. So this person has always had this connection to you, but they undervalued it. And there's a knowing, they feel what you feel. It's like, and they know that they crossed the line. But it's like, because there's an energy almost like this person wanted to win at any cost. When they were, again, holding back from you. They weren't going to cave to you. They weren't going to show any vulnerability to you. And because they're prideful, That's really what I feel like. It's like they knew that they were wrong. They knew that, and I feel like they knew that they were wrong because you said something to them, like you're not really, that you want to pretend that you're here and giving me something, but when push comes to shove and there's really things happening in my life, you are nowhere to be found. You're nowhere to be found. And so this person is looking back and seeing how many times they could have been in your life and taking advantage of that and how they chose not to. And it was mainly not because of any reason, but their own pride. They would have had to surrender their ego a little bit. They would have had to change their stance. This person dealt with you like my way or the highway. That's the energy there. Like they didn't care at all about anything. It was like, yeah, I have a connection to you, but I'm not going to honor it at all. When I'm good and ready, I'll come back. But until then, I'm going to put you on layaway. Like that's the energy there. And really cocky, really self-righteous, while the whole time knowing that you were a gift. Again, this person, how you felt was that they were always deceiving, always trying to get over on you, leaving information out. I feel like this person had attachments everywhere, to be honest with you. I feel like they never really closed the door on past relationships. They go and they meet new people, they lead those people on. This person has their hand in every single cookie jar. Like if a relationship didn't work with you, it wouldn't be any big deal because they were talking to like 10 other people inbox. So they weren't really giving anyone anything, and they were just 10 steps ahead. That's the energy. And they were having a good old time with themselves. Yeah, and they were in that you were like, I'm not in a connection with you. What, you pop in and out of my life, and it's so insignificant. And what I'm saying is that this person didn't really let you into their world. It's that they were nice words, flirty, surface talk, but nothing of any real substance. And so you had just felt like you weren't being valued. You're like, I obviously know that you're talking to like 50 other people, and I'm just one in 1,000 other people, though I felt like we had a connection. And I feel like this person deals with so many liars because they're a liar. They thought that you were like everybody else, like that you were not really real. And that has also says something about them, that they don't really believe that they can have someone that would be genuinely in love with them and just them, or have a connection to them. And that's because of their own inadequacy of how they feel about themselves. And because of that, this person tends to give a lot more energy to other people, but then they'll expect you to be dutiful to them, where it's like, you're not giving me anything, but I'm supposed to be at your beck and call. And this person really got triggered because I feel like you stood up for yourself. That's really what it is. You tried to tell this person, you're not really letting me into your life. So I always feel like you're trying to get over on me. You're always trying to deceive me, because it's like, if you're only going surface wise and you're not really letting me in and you're ignoring what my emotional needs are, but then I see you giving to other people, but then you're expecting me to give to you. It's like my needs I'm always ignored. It's like I don't really feel like I'm in a connection, where what they were trying to do, I feel psychically, is they were trying to hold on to you without giving you anything, without the relationship, actually happening. They were slow walking it. They were trying to bide their time. Like I said, put you on layaway. They weren't ready, saving you for later, but knowing that, hey, you're a good catch. You're going to like go and meet someone, and I don't really want you to go and meet anyone. So because I really am going to be with you, I just don't know when. So like I said, this person was is insecure to begin with. So they tend to, when they're in a relationship, tend to want to control the situation, and they try to control this situation. And it's because of their insecurity. They don't really believe that anyone could really love them for them. And so they're insecure. So being in a relationship with this person makes you feel insecure. Understand that they would project that, and through their behaviorisms of giving to other people and then not giving to you, but then expecting you, it's almost like it's a disrespect and I'm not being valued. It's like you want your cake and eat it too, and then when I try and talk to you about it, you withdraw from me. So this person's a runner. They're an avoidance style. It's like I'm not going to talk to you about what I'm doing because I don't really want to look at my behavior. I know what I'm doing. That's why they weren't looking at their behavior. They know, I know damn well. I think that you didn't know that, like, I think that you thought that this person didn't know what they were doing because they know how to play that game, because they are insecure. But this person bobs back and forth from being insecure to self-righteous, because people that are insecure, they wear masks, they create facades, they have a big ego, they created a wall, they're not going to let you in, they're not going to be transparent. They're going to want to control the relationship because they don't trust. But trust happens from not having to trust your outside. It's from happening to trust your inside. So let's go deeper, see what this person really feels about you. See what they feel about you. Let's just see. I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep unconditional love. Yeah, this person like has a lot of lust for you. There's attraction, which obviously that what makes a person stick around, right? If a person like has a face that's going to stop a clock, you're not going to want to be with them. There has to be a reason. So spirit, makes it so there's a lot of chemistry. There's attraction, there's a desire, all that's there. However, this person, because they stayed away for long periods of time, they kind of created a lot of trust issues because they have trust issues. So they projected a lot of shit onto you. And so that actually hurts intimacy and affects the chemistry of the relationship over time. So this person knows that because they continue to do that within every single relationship. So the relationship goes really fiery, it's hot, and it's because it's lust. And like you need to elevate the relationship to a place of unconditional love, but your person needs to surrender their ego first. And so again, they knew who you were. They chose not to give you the energy, and it's because they weren't ready. They weren't ready. That's so again, they would have to prove it to you. They would have to, you wouldn't be able to like just be with this person, like physically. You'd have to teach them how to emotionally give to you. This person is emotionally blocked, I feel like. They don't listen to their own intuition. See, when we have trauma, we detach, and when we don't listen to our emotions as much, because we're coming from a survival perspective, and that's this person. That we know that because they try to control their connection, to have their cake and eat it too. Almost like, again, I have you on the side to me, I know you have it later, but I'm gonna go out and do what I want to do for now. So double standard, completely unfair energy. That's obviously not divine counterpart. This person, there's the potential for it, but they have to get out of their selfish energy. And that's why they feel guilty, because they knew that this was a spiritual connection, but they decided to gamble with it anyway. I wish I could say what I really feel someday. I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. So again, still this energy of you're not really going to love me if you know everything about me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what I can tell you. I don't know. I don't feel safe. And that's because at one point, this person has tried to be that, transparent, and I feel that they got ridiculed for it. It was used against them, so now they're completely closed off. So again, one pays too much attention to the physical, not enough to the emotional. So what happens is they create like toxic connections, because who wants to be in a relationship with someone that only wants the physical connection? That's someone that's detached, disassociated. They're not going to show up for you. That's what we saw. This person feels guilty because they know that they hadn't shown up for you. And they, again, held back to try and control the relationship. I'm ascending. Past life wisdom is helping me to understand things with a new perspective. This person lost you in a past life. And again, as a past life karmic mate, again, meeting up in this life, this person needed to learn these lessons. So that's another reason why they feel guilty. That's another reason why, they have anxiety. That's another reason why they're obsessive. I need you to trust me and believe I am working towards union with you. So this person, again, wants to ascend. They want to ascend, but understand it's because you did something to make this person do it, because this was a karmic connection, and a karmic connection, past life karmic connection, it could have went really bad. But there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on what you do. So in this story, you have to say, why are you attracting this person? What do you need to learn? Because if they, again, step it up into the twin flame energy, because that's really what that unconditional love is. The twin flame union is that this person steps it up into their divine being, whether that's masculine or feminine, and they are bringing the best parts to them. And so why did you attract this person into your life? Why did you go through this experience? What do you need to learn? What's the focal point? Because whatever you did, either way, this person's bringing you your medicine. Like, they're going to trigger you, because that's what it is. Soulmate twin flame relationship from a spiritual perspective is to bring your counterpart to you, parts of you that are blocked, things, again, that are going to trigger old wounds by this person's behaviorisms, most likely. So whatever you dealt with in childhood, and you're still, that was created a trauma. Like if a parent didn't show up for a birthday or never celebrated a birthday, you might wind up the person that never can celebrate your birthday. Like, that's an example. But you understand what I'm saying? You relive the same karmic theme. And that same karmic theme is what keeps you stuck in a place of limitation. But when you step up into your divine counterpart, you're doing things differently. You're getting to see a different version of yourself. And this person is helping you to do that, because again, the trigger brings up the old emotional wound. Neglect, man, this person didn't give you. The childhood wound was neglect. And that could be just emotionally. Imagination pushed you into your own creative mind. Self-sabotage. So again, sacrificing too much of yourself because you got neglected. So when our happiness comes from doing for other people, what happens is that eventually it's not respected and it's never reciprocated. So you become drained, and it keeps you stuck in a place of believing that you can't have when you really can have. And you had a very good connection to source, and source is God. So when you're neglected, the trauma of emotional abuse from people not showing up for you that should show up for you, that should show that they care about you, well, spirit's always inside of you, so you're never alone. But it teaches us to be very introverted. So I feel as if, you became very psychic The imaginative mind is the psychic mind, is the creative mind, it's the intuitive mind. However, the spiritual block from not having was to give too much of yourself, and then that would self-sabotage you. So this person was trying to get you to, abandon yourself by giving them while they didn't give anything in return, pretty much recreating the same childhood trauma, which you were like, I'm not going for it. No, instead you put it in yourself and you found your magic. You found your magic, and your magic is what you love. It's probably something that's going to bring you financial stability, something that's connecting you to different people from, I'm feeling for some of people from all over the world. We're going through a storm right now, so I'm gonna end it with Spirit says trust. Always trust yourself. This is the wisdom, because at the end of the day, this person's coming back to you. Some people will take this person, some won't, but if they're a divine counterpart, they're going to work to be in your life. They'll win you over. And there's, again, that chemistry that you just can't resist. So Spirit says, but it's not about trusting them. It's about trusting yourself. And Spirit says, trust that life and your strengths, trust that each moment guides you to the light. Everything on the path is placed there for your growth. So this person is come into your life to help you evolve into the highest state of consciousness, to help you step into your divine counterpart, right? Divine being, I should say, so that you can be with your divine counterpart, so you can create your own heaven on earth, so that you become a clear conduit for spirit to work through. I hope that you resonated with this, Gemini. You let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.